And now, finally, our journey across the lands of Narnia, at least movie-wise, comes to a close. Well, okay, at least for the newer movies. There are technically the older movies that we could look at, but, well, you probably don't even know about those unless you're really an avid fan. So, what is this? This is Disney's lost stepchild. I mean, the child that Disney kicked out on a cold night. I mean, the Chronicles of Narnia 3, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Yes, as we've mentioned with our Chronicles of Narnia movies and listens, Disney wanted to have a piece of the Lord of the Rings pie. So it seemed like they had one with Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But then when the sequel didn't do gangbusters, mind you, it was still profitable, but because it wasn't selling, billions, Lord of the Rings style, they then dropped the IP and shunted it off to Fox. And of course, well, surely Fox would be able to keep the movie upright, hopefully adding new changes galore and wonders that would help. It ended the franchise after this.
Now there were changes in terms of director and that. Andrew Adamson is no longer the director. Instead, it's Michael Apted, whose previous work included such gems as The World Is Not Enough.
Which I've heard very, very, very mixed things about. Pedro, was The World's Not Enough any good?
No, no, not really. I mean, the only good part of that was
The ending.
Q and R, aka John Cleese was being prepared to be the new Q, succeeding Desmond Llewellyn, and that was like the only great idea that that movie had.
I asked because the director of that film is directing this film, and okay, suddenly some of the pieces are coming together with why this movie may not have been as hot. Whatever.
Although the previous writers, Chris Marcus and Stephen McFeely, came back to write the script along with a guy named Michael Petroni, whose previous works included Till Human Voices Wake Us, and a film after this called The Book Thief, along with a few others.
Well, there's plenty of other stupid things done with the movie, and of course, adaptation talk to be had. But for now, let's get started.
Start with the 20th Century Fox logo.
3, 2, 1, click.
You know what's funny, Jova?
What?
Disney shunted this off, and Fox took it, and Disney were like, "Oh, thank God, we don't have to worry about Narnia ever again." 9 years later.
Why did you abandon me?
Daddy, why didn't you love me enough? Oh crap, the kid's back.
Celebrating 75 years!
Okay, by the way, from what I understand, this movie may be another point in the long list of facts that remind us that, hey guys, even though Disney buying Fox may be a bad thing, it's not like Fox were doing the smart moves all on their own.
And even better, this film came out in Pedro's favorite year for films, 2010.
Oh god, earlier half?
Later half, because the later half was better than the first half, to be fair.
That said,
but the other half of 2010 was
That said, I've looked into it. One company that was doing good in 2010 was DreamWorks, of all people.
Yeah.
The Chronicles of Narnia. The Voyage of the... even the titles look a bit cheaper than before.
I mean, okay, so Fox bought this up, but part of me wonders, what exactly did Fox want to do with this movie? Like, okay, that's not to be said that it's a bad adaptation from what I've seen from Dominic Noble's one, but this movie is noticeably weaker in a lot of avenues. So anyway, here's Edmund. You may remember him, the second oldest son of the 4 main protagonists. Busted!
So, as we got a change of director, we also got a change of composer. This time, the movie's scored by David Arnold, aka Michael Apted's normal go-to guy instead of Harry Gregson Williams.
Okay, so Edmund and Lucy didn't quite have arcs in the book counterpart of Voyage of the Dawn Treader, so the movie decided to give them arcs. The problem is that, well, their arcs are more or less a repeat of Peter's arc from the second movie. That being, I'm essentially an adult trapped in the body of a kid, and I'm not taking as seriously as I should be. And a bit of a vanity quest for each of them.
Well, here, Joe. Oh, sorry.
Oh, and here's our new protagonist.
The Dawn Treader?
No. This is Eustace Scrubb, who nearly deserves being called that name. Yes, that's how the book puts it. He's played by Will Poulter.
Oh yeah, I recognize that name actually.
God, what is up with his eyebrows, though? They look almost
Yeah.
cartoonish.
He was in I first saw him in the Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
So, are his eyebrows naturally that, extravagant?
Maybe, yeah. Oh, he was in Son of Rambo.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I do recognize that. And he's going to be a guy named Adam Warlock in the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Now, for all the troubles this movie has, this is the movie that put him on the map, so technically he has Fox to thank for him getting into the MCU. Also, cameos from Peter and Susan. Originally they didn't show up in the book, but we gave them cameos here.
But yeah, to give you a basic idea of what I'm talking about, Jova, right at the beginning in this year, in January, we had the Rock embarrassing himself with the Tooth Fairy, where...
Oh, God, that was only in 2010?
And then January, you think that's bad, Jova? Look what we got. Right in February, the next month. Dear John, aka the latest Nicholas Sparks shit piece. We got the 2010 Frozen movie that we commented on, and the first Percy Jackson movie. So already three shitty movies right from the big. So yeah, 2010's first half was yeah.
Wow, so
I can go on, by the way.
So The Rock still had hair back in 2010. I could have sworn he was going bald by then.
Wasn't he bald by that point? Whatever.
Well, you
I
mentioned
think he was just shaving it as opposed to it being fully bald.
Well, you mentioned the Tooth Fairy, and he's definitely sprouting a full head of hair in that movie, if that came out in 2010.
Yeah, the January 2010, I'm seeing here.
God, I feel like that movie was older.
Oh, and in March we got Alice in Wonderland by Tim Burton. And we all love that movie, don't we? Yeah.
You really can keep going with that list, can't you?
I can, actually.
Hey, it's not his fault the list is that extensive. I mean, come on.
Sure.
I didn't make the list.
Oh, how ridiculous, these fairy tales. There's no such thing as that.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's a Mario painting. Jump on it to get into that world.
It's funny you mention that, Pedro.
Oh.
Oh, so it's like in the 2011 Tintin movie.
So yeah, unlike the other movies, we more or less immediately hop into the action. Or rather, the action and the painting are about to drag them in.
I mean, were they afraid that the target audience would get out of the seats and leave the theater if something fantastical didn't happen in the first 6 minutes?
Yeah, I wonder how much of this has to do with this film's runtime. The previous film was 150 minutes, but I don't know if it was an audience complaint, but my big complaint was that it dragged out and was really, really slow. This film isn't even 2 hours; it's only 113 minutes.
Oh, another one. Still in March, the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. There you go.
I have not seen that movie. Was it good?
Funny.
Apparently not, but everybody says it's bad. But I haven't actually seen
Funny
it.
story though. That was made by Fox, and Disney are rebooting that.
But
on a happier note, on that same month, we also got the first How to Train Your Dragon. So
that
there's
was
that.
good.
Like Jova said, DreamWorks was actually doing well. So. Oh God, Clash of the Titans. Ugh.
Just ignore
Ooh.
Shrek Forever After.
Honestly, Shrek Forever After is not even a bad movie, I'd say. Like, I mean,
It's just a whatever movie because it makes itself pointless on the 06 style by the end. Like,
okay, so here is Prince Caspian back, once again played by Ben Barnes. However, here's where one of the idiocies show up. The new director here forced Ben Barnes to stop putting on a Spanish accent and instead go with his own British accent. Ben Barnes reportedly was not really on board with this because he said that, well, this would probably confuse audience goers who were familiar with the sequels and whatnot. The director supposedly wanted to separate this from the previous two, which, let's be honest,
Even though it's a sequel.
that was kind of a dumb move, and Ben Barnes tried to, but he was overruled. But don't worry, that's not the only casting idiocy. Okay, hey there, Reaper Cheap. So, you're ready for something that's really, really weird? So originally, Eddie Izzard was all geared and set to return as Reaper Cheap. However, the director wanted Reaper Cheap to sound older. So of course, in order to get someone who sounded older, he instead got Simon Pegg.
Who's younger than Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, noticeably younger than Eddie Izzard. So let me get this straight. To make Reaper Cheap sound older, you got someone who blatantly sounds younger.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, 2010, Simon Pegg was 40.
So...
I don't know. There's more Simon Pegg is always a good thing in my eyes.
look.
Eddie Izzard was 48.
Okay, look. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Simon Pegg is cool, but I'd rather not include him at the utter disrespect of Eddie Izzard. Especially since, well, it turned out that the reason they got him was completely pointless. Like,
Sure. But yeah, at the beginning... Sorry, go on.
So,
funny thing, though, I just looked it up. Apparently this film being much shorter than the previous two was one of the complaints against this movie.
Probably hurts the pace.
Honestly, I'm not complaining. It'll be over sooner.
I'm guessing you're not exactly... Wait, have you seen this movie before, Shiroi?
Nope.
Although interesting thing, Jova, you mentioned Ben Barnes wasn't happy about the accent change.
Yeah.
A lot of the audience was.
Well,
my problem with these movies is just that they feel very derivative and don't really seem to have much of an identity for themselves, from what I've seen.
to their credit, I feel like they are adapting the stories. Well, okay. It varies on how well they adapt the stories, but back to you, Pedro. Or Shiroi, was it?
Well, I can only speak about the movies. I haven't read the books.
Okay. What about you, Shiroi?
My problem with these... Okay, I found Prince Caspian pretty boring. I know the movies don't get any better, and also, at this point... I do actually know the ending of the whole series, so I care even less now, because why would you do that?
Okay, since this series of movies won't ever get to that ending.
What happens? Like, does everybody die at the end or something?
Ha, you wish. Do you want to know? Wait, do you want to know?
By all means, no, I don't give a crap, so go on.
Can I
Dibs can say it. Yep, go ahead.
All the characters were in limbo all along.
They were dead all along and in purgatory.
In fact, Pedro, it's with this movie that we get a certain revelation that's kind of hinting at that.
Okay, Mr. Offer, you realize that this is not Inception, right? This is
no. That's the thing.
This is Narnia.
That's the
thing.
thing.
Though. Narnia came out long before Inception.
See, it turns out Narnia was actually the afterlife all along, and all the kids except for Susan, who refused to believe in Aslan, who turns out to actually be Jesus himself, stayed behind. Sure, right. This movie is based off of the book where Aslan reveals that he is technically Jesus instead of just Jesus' persona.
That sounds quite dumb.
The movie doesn't try to hide that he's furry Jesus.
So basically what you're telling me is that the Imagination Land trilogy from South Park is a better Narnia story than that. Jesus. And that's supposed to be a parody for directors.
So we got here a captain. Lord Drinian, played by Gary Sweets.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That said, though...
So the other main characters are just cameos in this film.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, Peter and Susan weren't even originally in the book, so... Fair enough.
But yeah, for those who, even at the beginning of April, we got Clash of Titans. For those who don't know, Clash of Titans was one of those problems in the action movies at the time where basically it was basically one of those movies that was just one big long action scene. Because it's just so bad. Unfortunately, they don't make those kinds of movies anymore. They were kind of a fad for a while, but fortunately, it's dead.
I just don't get these goddamn casting decisions. Like, what was the director thinking?
Wait, there was a Care Bears movie in 2010?
Oh, really?
I've never heard of this. I'm literally learning this right now.
My.
Okay. April 2010 gave us Kick-Ass. That was good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So are those supposed to be like mermaids or?
More like spirits of the water. So, okay, here's one thing that this movie, or, well, the story in general, goes up to.
I see what they're doing. They're doing Hans Christian Andersen mermaids, as in sea foam.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the deal. As you'll recall, the first two stories were big epic war stories. Voyage of a Dawn Treader was C.S. Lewis going for something different. A high seas voyage adventure.
This guy looks like a discount. What's his name? Will Turner's actor. Ugh.
Orlando Bloom.
This guy looks like a discount Orlando Bloom.
Like, what's the actor's name again?
Orlando Bloom.
No, this guy.
The discount version.
The one playing Caspian, Ben Barnes.
Well, that's the thing.
That's the Captain one?
But that's the thing. Though, from what I've seen, I think Ben Barnes is a better actor than Orlando Bloom. So shouldn't it be Orlando Bloom to discount Ben Barnes?
But
I
wasn't
guess-
Orlando Bloom a thing before Ben Barnes? So technically,
I guess it's just that Bloom has been in more successful movies,
true.
so it still feels like like a reverse of what you said.
Okay, Joe. The question: the character that Will Poulter is gonna play in Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
Yes.
this Adam Warlock fellow, what's he like?
Oh boy. It varies from venture to venture. I'll admit I'm not as familiar with Adam Warlock's character as much, but I do know that he's often one of the more stoic ones.
I will say I do sort of Rambo, the film, his film debut actually for Will Poulter. He was actually pretty good in that film. That was back when Garth Jennings was making those kinds of movies before he suddenly decided, I'm going to make a film about a singing pig.
That happened. So,
Twice.
you may be wondering, what's our venture? Well, we need to find these lords who have some swords and whatnot. Bit different from the book, where it was literally just finding the lords here and there and led to a very segmented story. But here...
Oh, God. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Something wrong, Pedro?
No. I was just commenting on something else with the list, but go on.
But, yeah. Essentially, our plot here is to find, I think it was 7 lords or whatnot, with the 7 swords and all that, which will then gather together will help rid us of the evil. Oh yeah, and before you ask, there was not really a central antagonist in the book. But, well, they bolstered one thing from the book to be the main antagonist of the entire film, which is a bit weird.
In April 2010, also gave us the backup plan, which was a shitty romantic comedy with Jennifer Lopez.
Never heard of that one.
Let's just say there's a good reason why you haven't heard of that one, Jova.
Jennifer Lopez's worst.
The late 2000s, early 2010s were kind of saw a kind of a resurgence of romantic comedies, but they were all crap. So eventually, the fad died out, and the genre went back into hibernation again.
How about Meet the Parents Little Fuckers? That also came out.
Oh, great, wonderful.
So anyway, back to the movie. Yeah, you may have noticed that if anyone's in need of an arc, it's going to be Eustace Scrub.
The bells toll Disney in the distance, wanting their film back.
Wait, you want us back? But you kicked us to the curb.
Not you. We're just getting you as part of the residuals.
Aww.
It's like we're getting the whole thing. Unfortunately, that includes you. We can't just toss you out. So I don't know, go in the back cupboard over there.
Disney's a
alongside,
bad parent.
They are.
Go into the back where you'll be with I don't know, robots or something.
Sure. Disney literally pitted their two favorite children, Endgame and Avatar, against each other, only for Avatar to steal Endgame's glory back from it. Like, again, leave it to Disney to raise once again to the highest grossing movie on the charts, only to pit it against the other highest grossing movie on the charts.
Yeah. Actually, no, even better. Yeah, Robots deserves better than that. Narnia, you could go right there next to that other series we once built up, but we gave up on speed.
I will say this, as somebody who's a fan of the book series, I do feel like Narnia does deserve another shot. Like, I mean, they had a good enough start with the first movie, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. It wasn't the most spectacular thing ever, but we all had a good enough time with it. It's just that, well, when Prince Caspian didn't do oodles and oodles of money, Disney then just kicked it to the curb, and, well, from what I've heard about this movie, things didn't really get much better.
Like, Netflix and the C.S. Lewis Company said a few years ago they were going to do a new series of film and TV adaptations of Narnia, but we haven't heard much of anything since May 2020 because one of the guys in charge of it said he hadn't been contacted by Netflix in a while.
Yeah, I can definitely see what this was saying. Yeah, the pacing in this movie is way too fast. Things are happening way too fast.
I don't think okay, when I said I think things were way too slow with the second movie, I didn't mean do the opposite.
Oh boy, April 2010 ended with the first Human Centipede and that shitty Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Ugh.
Ouch.
What a crap year.
Oh, there's most year actually. Oh, Iron Man 2 on May. Beautiful.
Bloody hell.
Wow, like
So even the MCU wasn't immune to early.
What was wrong with 2010?
Again. It sounds like DreamWorks just drank the immunity juice for 2010 that year.
Yep.
Like at
I
worst,
mean, there was Toy Story 3.
Yeah. I haven't gotten to that point. That was on June. So I haven't gotten to that part of the list yet.
That said, it sounds like we can make a whole marathon out of sucky 2010 movies.
So yeah, now we're in the dungeon where the Narnia series is kept.
Hello, everybody. That's a nice prospect. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Squirm 2010 Movies Marathon.
Yeah.
Hey, we found one of the lords. And shoot, we're only 20 minutes in. We're off to a pretty good start, I guess.
It looks like a cuckoo bomb version of Gandalf.
Okay, seriously,
Yeah,
what?
seriously, this is. Yeah, you remember Disney wanted to be like Lord of the Rings, but they didn't get there, so they threw it into the dungeon along with their Gandalf knockoff.
Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, like I said, these movies a lot of times the elements. I'm not talking about the story, specifically the elements. Like a lot of it feels derivative. Like it feels like it's taken from so many different things. Like just earlier when this guy was fighting the other guy with the sword, it just felt like Pirates of the Caribbean, which is why I made that comparison. It's just
Like, okay,
weird.
look, say what you will about the books, but the movies were clear that both Disney and Fox wanted the next big hit, so of course they went with the popular matters.
Whoa.
Well, what's this bit now?
Slavery sucks.
Yeah, I know that, but we
Okay.
just jumped here pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Sorry, Liz, we only have an hour and 50 minutes, so we have to go.
So make of this.
Go on.
Okay, while the story in the book was more segmented, I'd argue the pacing in the book was better than this. Like, oh, goody, here we
Because
go.
that's
Oh.
another. You see, that's another
Wait,
thing. One
is-
of my issues with the world is not enough. Was I thought the pacing was slow. Because it's like Michael
well-
acted took that.
Okay.
way too close to heart.
Is Charles Ray trying to transfer his soul to another doll again?
Okay, meet our antagonist, the Nothing's drunken cousin. No, I'm not kidding.
Green fog?
The bad guy for this movie is essentially Green Fog. Now, now before
Well,
you
okay,
ask,
to be fair, Drips, still a better antagonist than the Wind.
now before you ask, no, this was not the main bad guy of the book. In the book, essentially, this fog shows up as one of the challenges that, stop them from getting to or through a location. Here, for the movie, they decided, we're making that thing the main bad guy of this entire film. Everything bad that happens in this movie can pretty much be blamed on the black-green cloud. Don't you see, Shiroi? We can blame all our problems on the clouds this time.
Although, interesting thing, in regards to opinions on this movie, it's split into two camps. The people who don't like it thinks it's don't like the added antagonist, the gotta catch 'em all story that we'll see in a bit, and also it's shorter, and also the different director and different style. But on the other hand, people thought that the original book was just a random events plot and needed some kind of actual narrative, plus the screen time, Redmond and Lucy, and also thought adding an actual antagonist gave the story more tension and a proper climax.
I mean, okay, it's really a tough call. Surprise!
So they got captured, they're going to be immediately rescued.
Oh god, Pedro, I just remembered another crap 2010 film.
Go on.
Prince of Persia.
Oh, that's another one.
Wait, that was also 2010? I could have sworn
Yes,
that
it
was
was.
2008.
Yes, it was.
And it was also Disney, actually. Oh, God.
Well, technically, this isn't Disney.
May 2010 also gave us Ridley Scott's shitty Robin Hood movie. I forgot.
That was a cursed year. Jeez.
I don't know if you guys saw, but Ridley Scott's 2010 Robin Hood movie is boring as all shit.
I've
So anyway,
heard mixed things about that movie.
Anyway, Jeff, I think you're about to say something about how most of the audience, how at least a lot of the audience, disagreed with Ben Barnes as to how he portrayed Caspian in this film.
I wouldn't really know about that. I will say this. I kind of agree that... Okay, I'm kind of going to side with Ben Barnes in the sense that anyone who's following these movies could easily have been confused with the fact that suddenly the prince had a major accent change with no explanation or whatnot. But...
Maybe he decided to have a different kind of vocal training. I don't know.
It's like Dominic Noble said, the director just dissed two classic British actors for no good reason. Ben Barnes, for the sake of separating this movie from its prequels, even though, it's supposed to be a sequel to them. And also, again, for the whole Elliot or Ezra business. Like, Simon Pegg is awesome, but
Wah, wah.
they put him in for all the wrong reasons. Huh.
But,
We did it!
Who are you?
Drinian?
we don't have time to explain who he is, Dubs. Let's go.
Basically, this guy...
Was he that guy whose wife got? Was that
Yep.
a bit earlier?
Yep. So basically, now we need to go and get his wife, which may or may not conveniently take us to the next
And they're just
location.
instantly taking him on board. I don't even know who the hell he is.
Sorry, Dubs. We have no time.
He's just guy who lost his wife.
Like, Fox, I get that you wanted the next big hit, but you do know that stuff takes work and, time and breathing room.
Like, I mean, they could just throw. Well, Disney gave us a bad hand, but
Okay, so originally in the book, it was a matter of just finding the lords, but here they added on an extra detail. You've got to find the lords and get their swords.
Oh, I just got to the part in the list that has Prince of Persia drips, and guess what came right before it? Sex in the City 2.
I have heard not good things about that.
Well, I've heard good things about Sex and the City in general.
Okay, but yeah, so for this one, we need to find all the 7 swords and unite them. Seriously, it's always 7.
But because 7 is a lucky number, apparently, in films.
Sure didn't help this movie.
Well, I mean, this was the 3rd one, Joe, but not the 7th, so, yeah.
Hey, the 7th one. That's the one that reveals that everyone's dead except for Susan. Oh, God, and yeah.
Okay, even the characters are calling how silly everything is. Well, at least Will Poulter's character.
Basically, Eustace Scrub is so done with this that he's writing in his diary about it. Again, that's the thing. If you're annoyed by this kid, he is the one who gets the central character arc, which, to be fair, does help him out later down the line.
Right in the same weekend we had the shitty A-Team movie.
Ooh.
But then we got the Karate Kid remake, which was surprisingly good.
Yeah,
So-
that thing had a lot of stuff going against it, but it worked. Shout out that
Now we
Jackie Chan still had it.
Oh, and then we got Jonah Hex. And
Ah,
then we got Toy Story 3, like Liz said.
I'm so sad about Jonah Hex. That movie had potential, as me, Dwibs, and Tio witnessed.
Yeah, but the most memorable thing about it was that you based your username off of it.
Oh God. Ugh.
What's wrong?
Grown-ups. Adam Sandler.
Ooh.
So, so basically, from what I'm getting so far, this film is part Pirates of the Caribbean and part
Lord of the
Uh,
Rings.
Lord of the Rings and part Prince of Persia.
You see, Liz, we couldn't decide what fantasy movie to make, so we just made all of them.
So, guys, do you think the series got better or worse with Fox taking over?
Well, I will say, I'm having more of a decent time with this film than the previous one.
It's more fun. It's more easy to make fun of. I'll give it that. That's not necessarily a compliment, but Twilight Saga Eclipse, of course.
Oh, wait, we're getting to it. Last Airbender.
Yep, Last Airbender in July.
And that was the movie that managed to be
The
worse.
first one of
than-
July, actually. It was the first movie of July. What a wonderful way to start the month.
Did anybody get a breather in that year?
We did, Shira. We got Toy Story 3,
Yeah,
like I just said.
It was actually worse
Huh.
than it was worse than the Twilight movie that came out that.
I know,
and-
right?
And the Karate Kid remake, like me and Jova said, it was surprisingly good.
And we did get Megamind. Megamind's a great movie.
That's later. That's for later.
All right, so now we got a duel between Will Poulter and a mouse.
Speaking of animation, in July we also got the first Despicable Me, aka still Illumination's first movie, and it's their first one, by the way.
The best one.
Yeah, the first Despicable Me.
I've heard. Ooh.
Don't get me wrong, it's nothing amazing or anything, but it's a good movie.
I've heard good things about Despicable Me 3.
Yeah, the one thing that's kind of weird is that Trey Parker is in it for some reason. but
I
haven't
know,
seen it.
right?
I guess he had bills to pay.
So there you go, guys. Will Poulter versus a mouse voiced by Simon Pegg.
It's weird. You'd think the ad money from SouthParkStudios.com would be enough, but whatever.
Even the music sounds like
Pirates of the
Lord of the
Caribbean.
Rings a little bit. Maybe I wonder how much of an inspiration Howard Shore was to David Arnold.
Is that what we're calling it now? But it's like
Oh no! He totally fell overboard, guys. No.
Don't worry, don't worry.
that's one of the things about these movies. Whenever I'm watching them, I just feel like I could be watching better the original material that they're quote unquote inspiring from because it's better.
Like I mean,
Oh
I noticed
no!
this,
The
like,
little
I
girl
guess-
came along, guys. That was a big no-no.
I guess the issue with the Chronicles of Narnia nowadays is that a lot of its stuff, which was considered groundbreaking back then, has been done many times since then.
What's up with that guy? Like, there was like when you hug the girl, that guy in the background like he closed his eyes while smiling. That's great. Like, do you even know these?
Don't you see? She wants her mother back. She was so determined to come aboard, and she's not even getting scolded.
Okay, so he's adopting the Mufasa style of parenting. Okay.
I mean, no. At least Mufasa actually did scold Simba. This guy is like...
He briefly scolded him, but he didn't punish him like he should.
At least he gave him a good talking to and a lesson.
Sure.
These people, not so much as a that was bad. It's just welcome aboard.
Yeah, I think Jova's argument is that at least Mufasa did something better than nothing.
Oh, sure. No, that's fine. That's fair.
So, where to go next? It looks uninhabited.
Isengard.
Oh, here's another recent one that we did. Predators.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that wasn't bad, to be fair.
Oh,
well,
okay, I'll say
depends
this.
on who you ask, I guess.
Yeah, like Predators got very split reactions. That said, I
It's better than
will.
the film that came after it.
Oh, without a doubt, it was better than The Predator. Ugh.
Okay, so again, there's so many IRL, Narnia, Disney, Fox parallels I can make with this. Like,
Oh, wait.
everyone's asleep.
Hold on, guys. While you were blinking, a new plot point came up. Invisible people.
What?
Yes.
Invisible people.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, okay. I'll give this movie credit. On one hand, all these things happening at once, and this doesn't make it boring. But on the other hand, it's really abrupt introducing these kinds of people, especially in a film so short.
It's kind of like in the first Casper movie, where we literally go from comedic hijinks to a tragic backstory in the span of like 2 seconds. Like,
Oh my god, this looks like something from the set of Alice in Wonderland.
yeah,
Which came
2010
out the
was
same year.
maybe they reused the same set. I don't know.
Well, wait, but that was a Disney movie. This is a Fox movie.
Sure.
Before Fox.
Yeah,
was bought
that's
by
the
Disney.
thing, though. We have to remember, this is a Fox movie, even though Disney own it now.
Like people keep saying, the thing that people keep forgetting is that Fox put themselves for sale.
And honestly, look,
I mean, Comcast by them would have been worse.
and again,
Not just
it's like I said before. Yes, Disney have their own issues, but let's not act like Fox were the stunning pinnacle of perfection before getting bought by Disney. Hell, there is some
No,
arguments
they were
to be
not.
made that being bought by Disney may have actually have been an improvement with how Fox were running things. Like, they okayed stuff like Fan Four Stick. They okayed stuff like The Predator. Like, for as bad as Disney are, okay, there is what they did with Mulan. But aside, Mulan notwithstanding, Disney don't often sink to that level.
Okay, so, on the other side of this door, you will find Disney again.
Oh, in July 2010, we also got the Nicolas Cage Sorcerer's Apprentice movie, which was also pretty crappy.
I've heard mixed things about that movie. Some liking it, some calling it crap.
Oh, we also Jova, Dwips, we also got Salt in that month.
Oh, God. Basically, Shirai, Salt is essentially Distaff Jason Bourne, but, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jason Bourne, then.
Hey, no. Jason Bourne is a good... Well, okay, wait. Were you talking about the movie called Jason Bourne?
Yeah.
Okay, because when I say Jason Bourne, I mean the whole Bourne franchise.
Oh, I haven't actually seen this one, but you probably have, Shirai, knowing you. Like, there was also Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore.
I don't even know if I saw that one. Like, I saw the first movie. I don't know. Like,
I just remember everyone's collective shock at the fact that Cats and Dogs got a sequel nearly a decade later.
I actually have seen it. If that's the only
oh
sequel.
no, guys!
I don't even remember.
Lucy's gone missing.
Oh no.
She was taken by
Disney.
something invisible.
Yeah, Disney. Disney are kind of like that. They're invisible. You don't know when they're gonna come out, but when they do, snap.
Okay, there are some slight changes made in the book, but I can't
And
go
also,
with too much.
Poulter's still asleep.
It's part of his arc, to when he becomes more capable.
I thought you were gonna say to when they wake up.
But yeah, and then Inception in July as well. But yeah. Basically, the idea of it is that back in the day, like people were all okay. Movies are like, can somebody just make a really awesome movie that's just a breath of fresh air, that's creative and everything? And then Inception was basically the one that basically killed that streak.
Apparently, from what we've heard, it didn't do good for Christopher Nolan's ego, but yes, it was a stunningly great
The
film.
Book of Incantations. Again, magic.
Also, how does
Disney.
blowing on it make it suddenly rearrange itself to show that? And Jesus Christ, those illustrations look like some Disney pictures. But you know what? Disney didn't exactly write the patent on that, so that one's more of a coinky-dink.
Toguasu. No. Oh boy, we could go back to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Right in a row in August 2010, we had The Expendables and Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Ah, it's so whimsical.
She blew on the book again. Oh no, the green mist.
Also, this movie was literally trying to do the whole book of everything. Look, it's snow. It's whimsical. It's whimsical, Shiroi.
Okay. Sorry.
Are you having fun, Shiroi?
No, this is just like
Oh god.
it's just another case of generic fantasy. and it's
Okay.
like-
This
Yeah.
was not a thing in the book. Well, it sort of was, but how they're doing it is different. Here, essentially, Lucy sees her ideal woman. So in the movie, they made it that she sees herself as her sister for some reason. Whereas in the book, she saw herself as an older, more badass, awesome version. I guess she wants to be more like Susan, who did so much in the previous movies? Question mark?
Yeah, rip out that last bit.
Yeah, rip it out.
Oh, roaring? Oh.
Aslan? Is that you?
Fox wouldn't pay the animators extra, so I'm just a voice.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dwebs.
Yeah?
Another coincidence. Guess what Disney localized and released in 2010 as well?
A rarity?
Tales from Earthsea.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ariadne was later.
Wasn't that one of Ghibli's worst films?
It's the
It
first
sucks.
it's the first movie from Earwig's director, if that helps you. It's the most boring film ever
You
made.
shall not pass!
Yeah.
Yeah. You shall not pass. You are no Ian McKellen.
Oh,
Sorry.
now all is visible, eh?
Sure.
Wait, is it? Oh my god, it's him.
Oh, here's a.
Yeah, naturally, of course, they're going to be unintimidating when you see them. Wait a minute, he can see us.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
He's like that character from Puyo Puyo,
Which one?
the first one.
I mean, which character?
That character who's just called Foot, because it's literally just a foot.
Hey, I guess they're
Oh,
just...
look, it's Discount Hogwarts.
So, that said, guys, you want to know what's funny? is how the dialogue to some of these books have aged. If you want, I could read you some excerpts.
Sure, why not?
Please,
Go on.
how am I to get to Narnia? On my breath, said the lion, I will blow you into the west of the world as I blew Eustace.
I don't want to know how you blew people. Thank you very much.
Oh, but it
I
gets
just want
better.
to get to Narnia.
Gay, said Petalglum, with a deep sigh. Well, that's what we've got to
So-
be, gay.
So was the whole was Cartman's dry balls joke in Imagination Land a reference to that or something?
Oh, it gets even better. I'll be gay like this. And he assumed a ghastly grin, and frolicsome. Here, he cut a most mournful caper.
Are you sure you're not reading deleted lines from Imagination Land, Jova?
Nope. These were actual lines from the book. But it gets even better. All right, gay's the word, said Scrub. Now if we could only get someone to open this door while we're fooling about and being gay.
Okay, I think by that they mean be really happy. 'cause-
Yeah.
No, the book is old enough that yes, it does mean that, but out of context.
But
it's,
no,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
give you the creme de la creme.
God.
She made love to everyone. The grooms, the porters, the housemaids, the ladies in waiting.
Oh my!
Yeah, and the elderly giant lords whose hunting days were past. She submitted to being kissed and pawed about by any number of giantesses.
You okay, kid? No, I've got dry balls, and I'm running out of time.
Like, I kid you not, that is actual dialogue from them books.
So what's
Does
the
that
aim of
have
this-
any other meaning? Because
So the aim
concern?
of this green mist is to suck all good from the world.
Essentially.
Like Cartman says, thank you, Your Honor. This is a victory for the justice system. This is a victory for me. This is a victory for the justice system.
Also, sure I
And my
did.
balls.
Also, to answer your question, sure I remember. These were kids' books, so I guess we can assume that old-timey dialogue just was
Yeah.
old-timey dialogue, because these were kids' books, mind you. even
yeah,
though...
and a lot of the protagonists are very young, so yeah, it obviously doesn't mean you know that. But
Was that
Yeah.
Okay, click on.
Let's check this out, guys. September 2010 was quite the roller coaster, it seems. We got Machete. After that, we got Barbie, a fashion fairy tale. Then we got Resident Evil Afterlife.
Ugh!
And then we got Alpha and Omega, the first one. And right after that, we got Devil, Shyamalan's Devil.
Ooh.
So,
Okay. So just to
what was wrong with that year?
Okay. So just to recap the scene, essentially, this is where it turns out that our main heroes, Edmund and Lucy, are supposedly being tested. That wasn't a thing in the book. But yes, they're being tested, essentially,
For the
upon their
afterlife.
return.
a test of courage? Seriously, dude? Fuck you. How's this for a test of
Maybe-
courage? How about I have my mouse here?
I thought
You
Prince
must have-
Caspian already got. I thought Prince Caspian already got over that in the last film.
Yeah, it's the movie's attempt to give him another arc as well, and... it ain't doing
What were the
much.
names of all the Sonic 06
Like,
trials?
I mean, maybe Michael Apted thought that people were so bored by that movie they fell asleep and missed that bit, so wanted to repeat it here.
So here's the
Because
thing, on the island with those invisible dwarves, essentially the wizard there made them invisible to protect them from the evil cloud. That wasn't the thing in the book, but again, because the evil cloud needs to be the villain for everything, that's the reason he made them invisible in the movie.
Hey, Shiroi, Dwibs.
Yeah.
October 2010 gave us The Social Network.
Oh boy, where they won quite possibly the most undeserved award for something since
The Blind Side?
since The Blind Side, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't Blindside was 2009.
Oh god, can you imagine if Blind Side was 2010 as well? But anyway, so yeah, so we have our quest, the seven swords and all that, get rid of the evil darkness, and yeah.
Oh,
Again, that's the thing, the cloud is more or less the nothing from the Neverending Story, essentially.
here's one for you, Jova. October 2010 also gave us Scooby-Doo, Curse of the Lake Monster.
Have not seen that movie, but
Is it the second one that you've seen?
Okay, The Swamp of the Lake Monster, that's the 4th one. Wait, did that one actually come to theaters?
Apparently, yes. I'm seeing right
Huh,
here.
weird. I'm pretty sure... I could have sworn Mystery Begins debuted on television, so they must have gotten confident
Oh,
enough
never
to...
mind. Oh, never mind. I'm seeing right here. Yeah, it's also known as Scooby-Doo 4 or Scooby-Doo 4 Curse of the Lake Monster. So it is the 4th movie, yes.
Yes, it is. I have not seen that movie yet.
Okay, then.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but apparently that's been the last live-action one for quite some time, so
Sure.
make of that what you will. So when we get into the good stuff like Megamind...
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Oh, Speak of the Devil. Here we go. Megamind in November.
Awesome movie. I actually kind of like it a bit better than Despicable Me.
I also enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, they're both great movies, but Megamind is just amazing. I'm actually surprised DreamWorks haven't made a sequel to that. Well, okay, they technically made a 15-minute sequel, but you know what I mean. Full-length movie sequel.
It's because in 2010 it was How to Train Your Dragon that was like their big hit, so that's the one that definitely got all the attention from the executives. Clearly.
What's specific?
Oh, great!
What's next?
Paramount decided to re-release both Transformers and Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen in 3D. Beautiful, because that's what I want to see. I want to see robot testicles in 3D.
Wait, in 2010?
Yes, in 2010.
Also, those movies had what, sorry?
A 3D re-release.
No, a 3D re-release, Shira.
No, I'm talking about the robot testicles. Why?
Because Shira, Michael Bay hates the human race. Clearly.
Okay, look, let me put it like this. I'm fine with the first Transformers film, but Revenge of the Fallen... Oh boy...
Okay, but speaking this is also a Fox movie, 127 hours, which is sadly not much talked about movie, but because it's basically James Franco giving a fantastic performance.
My God. So we're really doing this thing where Lucy wants to be her sister, so she sees Susan as her ideal woman, which I don't know feels weird. Did Susan even really do that much in the movies? Well, I mean, okay, I know that they specifically gave her more to do and all, but...
Oh, and now we're on the set of Mamma Mia.
Oh, wait. What?
Seriously, we're on the set of fucking Mamma Mia.
Okay, well, actually, this scene reminds me more of the opening of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland,
Peter!
actually. Meanwhile, in another movie... Oh, I get it. They're doing one of those, oh, look at this perfect world that you've always wanted. I know it's fake, but just accept it.
But it's not so perfect.
But they never heard of Narnia.
Oh, how terrible!
Oh my god, I dreamed I was, I dreamed I was watching a shitty movie.
Oh, hey, Aslan.
What? You hasn't.
By the way, Aslan, why do you look more expressive in 2019, Simba?
I hate that you're right. Even with Fox, they still did it better.
True.
I'm sorry I saw myself as my sister. It was very creepy. Felt a little contrived, too. I don't know what the writers of the film are even doing. Oh god, it was a dream within a dream.
Again.
Wow.
Wait. Did this come out before or after Inception?
After. which is what I'm saying. Guys, like,
And don't you see, this is to help Lucy with her arc, to be satisfied with herself.
That's the thing, Jova. Two of the writers wrote the other two movies.
I don't know what happened. Maybe the director was just that bad an influence.
Or Marcus and McFeely were drunk. I don't know.
yeah.
I do get what you guys mean about this movie being more easy to make fun of. Like, it's literally a movie where the bad guy is evil puffs of green smoke.
Not to mention the movie doesn't fucking stop. Also, another Care Bears movie in November 2010. Like, was there like a big Care Bears resurgence in 2010 that I wasn't aware about?
I do recall there being a Care Bears resurgence sometime in the early 2000s.
Can't the White Witch just leave us alone?
Oh, by the way, before you ask, no, the White Witch was not in the book. This is again them bringing it back. Okay. As Dominic Noble pointed out, though, why is she Edmund's greatest fear? Like, Edmund had pretty much shown that he was well past that stuff in the second movie, so why is he all of a sudden going back to fearing her, with that being his mind thing?
Because we have Tilda Swinton on contract, why not use her?
They seriously still had her on contract for this movie?
They might have done.
Oh, here's Deathly Hallows Part 1. There you go.
Oh, God, right. Deathly Hallows did come out in 2010.
The Nutcracker.
Wait, as in the Nutcracker 3D?
Yes.
Oh! Shiroi
But
just...
Jovo, who wouldn't want Nazi rats in a Nutcracker film?
But hey, look at the bad
Apparently
guys,
they decided we did. Shiroi, I kid you not. The Nutcracker 3D is literally a movie where Nazi rats are the bad guys. And yes, it's terrifying.
Huh.
And yes, it got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. And yes, it absolutely deserved it.
But hey, look at the bright side, guys. November 2010 also gave us Tangled and The King's Speech. So that's great.
Oh, hey, Eustace. Oh, boy. Now, where could the next of the lords be?
I just got to it. In December 2010, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Man, December 2010, it was quite a late release.
Wait. This movie came out in December?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Huh.
You know what? You're right, actually. I do remember that. So technically this could count as a Christmas commentary. How weird.
Humbug.
Humbug indeed.
Wait, hold on. So let me get this straight. They pulled out all the stops. They even got this a Christmas release, and it still didn't do well enough in their eyes, apparently.
Well, I guess, to be fair, it's early December. It was like the first week or so.
Oh, look at that. There happens to be somebody in there.
Uh-huh.
Or it's apparently a gold statue. But it's a very lifelike looking gold statue.
That's gold.
Sure, why not?
Oh, there you are. Ah, yeah. If you touch the water, you will turn gold.
Uh-huh.
What's this? Midas's piss.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'm not quite sure we'll be able to help him.
Man, hey, Dwebs, this must be Goldfinger's greatest dream.
And yes.
Yeah, but, I mean, he'd die, but at least he'd be gold. His favourite thing.
And there's one of the swords. How to get it?
Which hasn't been turned into gold.
Somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Because the swords are magical.
So basically, if you were a wizard or a witch, you could be immune to that.
Wait. Shouldn't that sword be wet with the magic water?
No. Don't you see? It's a magical sword, so it's fine.
It's a magical sword.
Of course. It's magic.
That's
You
literally
don't have to
their...
explain it.
Oh, okay, we got Black Swan in December as well.
I hope you didn't put your hand in that when you were getting the water up.
Oh, and the Curious George movie.
He was
Don't touch it!
Wait. Oh, okay. It is safe to touch stuff that's turned to gold, so long as you don't touch the water.
Oh, great.
What a stupid
Oh, God. Yeah, here we go. No, we are not doing this. We're seriously doing this.
Yeah, you can't take anything out of Narnia. The other two movies. And him, yeah.
Also, why are you calling him a child? He's literally one of the heroes that you summoned in the previous movie, Caspian.
They're both just being bitter right now.
Where the hell did this come from?
Well, you'll see. That's right, it's the power of the pool that's bewitching them. Okay. That was...
So it's basically
Wow,
the whole crux in...
wow. Lucy has the power of conviction.
It's the locket in Deathly Hallows.
That was dealt with pretty easy.
Although this came first, so...
Oh, and here, look at this wonderful...
Oh, but guys, look! There was a bit...
I saw that, the little fog. Yeah, I gotta say, this is my favourite character so far. He's just calling out everything for it being stupid, like it is.
Also, Ramandundu. But, alright, guys, check out this wonderful double feature we got in December. The Yogi Bear movie and Little Fockers.
Okay. From what I've heard, the Yogi Bear movie is decent at worst, but Little Fockers, I was not a fan of.
That was the movie where Dustin Hoffman at first didn't want to be in it, but then decided he did want to be in it, which meant they had to reshoot the film after they already finished it.
Oh god, that explains a lot. So anyway, Eustace has stumbled upon a giant mound of treasure. Yeah, might as well get to looting.
This is the remain. This is the no, that whole thing was Disney. What Disney thought the box office was going to be.
Interesting.
Oh,
and that is the remains of the executive who
You're
greenlit the first two, who greenlit the second Narnia movie.
I love that line. You're definitely dead. You don't say.
Oh, here you go, guys. The final 2010 crap movie, the Gulliver's Tales movie with Jack Black.
The what now?
There was a 2010...
Gulliver's Travels?
Gulliver's Travels, yes.
There was a Gulliver's Travels movie in 2010?
Yes, it was a comedy version with Jack Black. Go on, Shiri.
I believe we had the animated movie on VHS or whatever.
Yeah. This was basically a comedy version of it with Jack Black.
Yeah, I didn't see that version. I know about its existence, but I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not much stuff grows on this volcanic island. But where is Eustace?
I gotta say, characters have a habit of just wandering off in this film.
Huh.
Eustace!
Huh, Rob Letterman directed that movie, actually. AKA the director of Detective Pikachu.
Huh. Guess he found redemption after it. Well, okay.
Rob, to be fair, Rob Letterman also did direct the first live-action Goosebumps movie. I thought that was good.
To be fair, I have not seen the Gulliver's Travels movie. Have you seen it, Pedro?
No, I have not.
I'm guessing you're
the trailer looked terrible, so I didn't bother.
Although, funny story, Pedro, the Goosebumps 2015 movie that Rob Letterman directed also stars Jack Black.
I actually find his earlier films a bit more interesting. Guess what? His directorial debut was Shark Tale.
Huh. Also Jack Black.
Okay, I'll say this. Goosebumps is much better than Shark Tale. I know
No.
that's not saying much, but
Also, he co-directed Monsters vs. Aliens with Conan Vernon, aka one of the directors of the recent Addams Family films.
So anyway, so all they can find of Eustace are burnt clothes, a burnt diary, and ripped shoes, which suggests that Eustace may be dead.
All right.
he was my favorite character.
Well, too bad.
So while he lives, he's too good to live, literally.
Oh, bugger.
And yeah, look, guys, another sword.
And there's a
How
lot of...
cursed? Is it magical or cursed?
Magical.
Well, cursed already implies that it's magical. Oh, he's also directing the upcoming Beyond Good and Evil movie.
Oh god, I forgot there is a Beyond Good and Evil
Oh,
movie.
fire!
Hopefully that movie will adapt whatever the second game was going to do.
That's no volcano.
That's no volcano. It's a spaceship.
Well,
Would
that well, I mean,
you-
considering
would you put
well,
it past
considering the
them?
ending, would you put it past them? And now, dragon.
I know this. I know this one. Start singing to it. That usually works.
And then, okay. Oh shit! I was going to do a Disney one, but this isn't a Disney film. What Fox film has a memorable singing soundtrack?
Was the King and I a Fox film?
Sound
No.
of Music.
Oh, there you go. There's Sound of Music. Go on.
Which
The
is
hills are alive with the sound of oh shit! It's not working.
Well, actually, no. I think King and I was Fox. Now that I think about it, yeah.
I mean, they're trying to fight the dragon at least. They're not, like I just said, they're not singing at least.
Oh, snap.
And oh. I am the dragon representation of Bob Iger. I want the series back.
Why do you want us back? Well, okay. Actually, was Bob Iger president when Prince Caspian occurred?
I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes. God.
Oh, and he literally spells it out for them. I am Eustace. Yep.
Eustace is a dragon.
Basically, apparently the treasure turned him into a dragon.
Bob took over in 2005, Joe. Late 2005, early 2006.
Ah.
So yeah, but he was
now
the
he's-
president by that
So
point.
now he's become Smaug.
Although I'm pretty confident Prince Caspian was already at the very least early production by that point, so I don't think it wasn't that
Look
much
at the
time.
look at the bright side, Dwibs. Eustace isn't dead. He's just a dragon now.
Oh, we're literally doing the get the nail out of the lion's paw thing.
Basically, Eustace was turned into a dragon by the treasure, which I guess what they're suggesting is that a dragon's treasure turns you into a dragon as well.
How does that work?
I mean, it's a better turning into a dragon thing than the Maleficent film.
Oi, Shirai, this sort of stuff must be popular in Wales. You guys love dragons over there.
I still don't understand how this is supposed to work.
Because dragon's treasure turns you into a dragon.
It just works, okay?
Explain.
Like, I mean, actually, no, SWC weren't using the dragon thing for their look at the time.
If I recall correctly, the book explained this better in the sense that that supposedly, in order to guard the treasure, whoever stumbled upon it was turned into a dragon. Here, Eustace picks up the treasure and that turned him into a dragon. Moving on.
Cool.
Like, the pacing of this movie is kind of incredibly bad.
I mean, it's just really erratic. But on the other hand, again, it's like I said, I think it's more entertaining than the last film, at least. At least stuff's going on.
It's like, okay, Eustace is a dragon. Now nap time.
Next.
Yes, girl, we know you miss your mummy.
Oh yeah, that was a sub. Like, that's the thing. The movie kind of forgot about the whole "I lost my mum" subplot.
Oh yeah, that kind of went away, didn't it?
But
Yeah,
it's
it's
okay.
like we're focused on the dragon and the temptation of the gold cave.
Also, where did the whole wanting to be like your sister plot go?
Apparently that was dealt with.
Aslan helped. Mirror Aslan helped her realize that was
Wait, that was
bad.
the end of that?
Apparently.
Look, we need to finish this subplot because we have no time to cram in the other stuff. Okay.
And
That's so anticlimactic, though. I mean, yeah, they probably didn't need to do anything outlandish with it, but that was literally it?
Yep.
Okay. Fine, movie.
meanwhile, Eustace doesn't exactly seem to like being a dragon. Okay, I will give the movie some credit. It does seem to be doing good with Eustace and Reepicheep's relationship, where obviously the two are at each other's throats earlier, but over time they do start to grow on each other and help each other. See, Reepicheep's thing is like, well, he's getting on in the years, so he wants to retire to Aslan's country, aka the Garden of Eden. AKA heaven and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
But the twist is that we're in heaven all along.
Wow, his story was so boring that even the movie fell asleep.
And that's the thing, like, this movie is just under 2 hours, but it feels like it's zooming.
Look, the next plot point is here.
Yeah, the blue star.
Oh, the blue fairy.
No, it's the blue star, but you're actually not too far off with that blue fairy gag.
Little Eustace, if you want to become a real boy, you need to show what are the three things: truthfulness, bravery, and unselfishness. Yeah, unselfishness.
Hello, pretty effects.
Again, like I said, in the original Little Mermaid book by Hunter
Oh, wait,
Sanderson,
basically they're saying, yeah, no, don't go that way. Swim the hell away, girl.
Right, so how many subplots have stopped/started in the 2 minutes I was burped?
Well, okay, we're apparently headed
Star.
towards basic. Also, you missed a bit where one of the water mermaids was trying to warn Lucy, no, don't go that way, and then swam the hell away from where they're going.
I just caught that bit.
Okay, so one thing that is kind of an improvement from the book is that Eustace spends more time in dragon form, which allows him to learn to be more useful. Whereas in the book, he was like in dragon form for, God, way shorter. But now that he spends more time in dragon form, he can be useful to the plot, like helping pull the ships.
Well, I mean, if one of them was clumsy enough to fall into Midas's piss earlier, then yeah, I kind of doubt the rest too.
Convenient that two were on that island and that you checked that other treasure pit to get the second sword on that island. Otherwise, you'd have sailed away and left it. That said, I'm sure this island will be just fine, guys.
Oh, clearly.
Totally. This bit looks like a Lord of the Rings set.
It does, doesn't it?
When did they film this movie?
Let me check.
Probably 2009.
No, he's asking about where they shot it.
Australia and New Zealand, just like Lord of the Rings.
There's not enough mountain climbing in this movie, though.
New Zealand is one of the most versatile places because it has all the different climates and locales.
Yeah, why do you think they filmed Power Rangers there?
So yeah, there's plenty of food here, tempting to eat, right?
You know, there's now that I think about it,
Hmm?
and I'm kind of regretting not making that joke in our Sound of Music commentary. Now that I think about it,
Ooh.
Yeah?
now
So,
that
so
Go
check this out. There's a feast here, but there's a bunch of guys here so paused and frozen in time that, well, vines have grown over them. There's one
You
of the
know-
lords.
Maybe these lords really weren't as great as people say they were.
And there's another lord.
5? Wait, am I counting right?
But he's still breathing. Hmm. Hey, continuity. It's Aslan
Great
stable.
great continuity.
Okay, so we got their swords. Now what to do?
Break him.
Oh shoot, do we have all... Oh wait, no, it's 6. Wait...
What was that?
Okay! It's time to meet the Blue Star.
E.T.?
Remember how you mentioned it was the Blue Fairy, Pedro? Well,
Okay.
the Blue Star is, I kid you not, a hot lady. What?
Again,
You're our guide?
I'll be your guide.
Hey, you ever feel like falling in love with a star, guys?
No.
Well, Caspian is. No! Wow. Imagine getting a hard-on for a literal star. This is,
But how come those guys were stuck there?
Well, that's already been a thing since Pinocchio, Joe, considering the star turns into the blue fairy.
Wait. So, basically, fix it, dipshits.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay to eat, though, thankfully. Lord knows you can trust a woman who's a star.
And the ghost.
Well, it worked out well in Pinocchio, I guess.
She was kind of a dick, though, in some versions.
Well, yeah, in the original Collodi version, yes.
And in the Geppetto movie. Then again, she is Elaine, so of course she's a dick.
Yeah.
Seriously, what was Julia Louis-Dreyfus even doing in there?
Because they wanted star power. Because remember, back in 2000, was it 9? No, back in the early 2000s. Sorry, back in 2000, Seinfeld had just recently finished, so Julia Louis-Dreyfus was still incredibly relevant.
Okay, so
So-
as you'll recall, remember how I said how the evil cloud only showed up for one of the Lords and Swords?
Oh,
Well, yeah, now it's apparently where they'll get the 7th one.
well, bye then. And don't forget, I'll be right here.
In your heart or something.
So yeah.
No, with your... No, switching from you too early, it's a bit lower down.
So yeah, we're pretty much down to getting the last sword now.
Okay.
But enough about Fox circa 2010. What else is in there?
Well, the lost script of Pan, they say. But that film will never come about.
But yeah, Dwebs,
Send it to the good ship Warner Brothers. Yes, Major?
like, looking back, I really feel I should have made a joke on our Sound of Music commentary about Climb Every Mountain should be Peter Jackson's theme song.
Wait a minute. Come to think of it, Pedro, remind me, was Book of Henry a Fox movie?
No, it was Sony, I think.
Was it?
What film?
Book of Henry.
Book of Henry is Universal.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, right, yeah. But, yeah, though, God. Amazing how that Book of Henry movie was possibly the thing that killed Colin Trevorrow's career. Oh, he finally gets to use Peter's sword. This'll help Edmund's arc.
Oh, sure he is here.
How?
I guess.
Oh God.
I guess I'll be Shiroi's sock puppet for the rest of the commentary.
Oh yeah,
God,
that's
yes,
it.
though.
Well, actually, that's just thought of a good one. So here's what you can be. You can be Jackson right now. Okay, Peter. Here's an exercise in restraint. Okay,
Yeah.
Peter. I want you to look at that mountain. Just look at it. Don't climb it. Just look at it, but don't climb it.
Climb every mountain.
So, guys, how sad is it that the character with most development in this movie is literally the character called Eustace Scrub?
Honestly, when I think Eustace, I just think Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Aw, I wanted to use my Shiroi sock puppet.
It's such an uncommon
No.
name that I can only think of Eustace Bag.
But it was a red dragon, Shiroi.
Was
No.
it? Wait, was Eustace the dragon form
No.
red?
No.
That
The
was gonna be
Shiroi
my
sock
Shiroi
puppet
sock
is apparently a dragon.
I mean, you're Welsh, so...
And that's
oh yeah. Is that okay? Is that what we're gonna get of Aslan?
Don't worry, Dwibs. We'll get more of Aslan later.
Aslan was all like, "Wait, they pay how much? Well, fuck that."
Yeah, it's like, I mean, seriously, we changed studios and we still can't get a bigger salary for the lion.
Do you know that I'm Jesus?
And Jesus voiced by Liam freaking Neeson.
Yeah, I mean, your studio's called Fox. I'm a lion. You can't even get the animal rights.
So, I guess we're making this the climax because we have to venture into the Dark Clouds' territory.
Fight the green mist.
Seriously, this raises so many questions like, why is the Green Mist evil? Is it trying to get vengeance for the Nothing getting killed? Why is the Green Mist doing all this stuff? How can it do all this stuff? What even gave it that much life?
It just can.
It's the green mist, Jover. It can do whatever the people want it to do.
Uh-huh.
Wait, who's a great disappointment?
It's his father.
Yeah. Or maybe that was the ghost of Disney, saying, you were a disappointment to me.
Hey, Tilda Swinton. Anyway, so yeah, sea monster. And Eustace actually gets to help out in fighting it, which is pretty badass. No, Eustace! Yeah.
Is that symbolism for Disney course correcting their franchises?
But Disney didn't own Narnia at the time, but okay, all jokes aside, yeah. So essentially, what happened with the evil cloud was, of course, your greatest fears, your greatest ones, lure you and all that. Of course, one of the lords here. But then Lucy brings out to Aslan, and Aslan sends them a seagull.
What's the seagull gonna do? Shit on the dragon.
Hey, look, we made it out fine. Oh, wait, maybe not. Okay, so it is the movie's attempt to give us a proper climax here and there. So, excited, guys?
No, not
To be
really.
honest, I thought Eustace was more interesting when he wasn't a dragon. Because I mean, the best part of it was his dialogue, and now he can't even do that.
Oh no, the little girl!
Whatever will we do?
Dwibs, it's because our main protagonists have to save the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fault the book, and by extension the movie, for trying to do something that wasn't a war story. But this movie is not exactly handling things the best, I'd say.
Was very scatterbrained.
Yep.
Harry Potter, you are not.
And
Yeah.
well, you blinded the dragon in one eye. That's could be an advantage.
Yeah, we got him. I think.
I hope. Oh.
But is Eustace to live?
Oh.
It's okay, Eustace.
And now we're here.
Jesus is here to help you. Oh, the pain. The pain.
Well, the funny story, apparently, Aslan was slightly redesigned for this movie to be more realistic.
Huh.
And yet he still looks more proper, again, I think.
Also, so yeah,
Lion King did.
he's curing Eustace here.
Yeah, he's himself again.
Just be glad that it's metaphorical in the movie, because in the book he literally tore the skin. He literally tore the dragon skin off of Eustace, which revealed a human child underneath. And yes, Eustace did feel pain from that.
Lovely.
Alien imagery?
Sure, why not?
What is this movie doing?
I think even the movie knows what it's doing. I mean, at least it's fun while it's doing it.
I guess so.
That's the thing, is unlike Suburban Commando, where most of its fun factor felt intentional, all of this is non-intentional on their part.
But don't you see, Eustace is learning to become braver, and seriously, what is this body horror going on with this serpent thing?
No. Don't you see, guys? If you tip it upside down just right, you'll be able to go to Davy Jones's locker.
But we don't want to go there.
Well, hey, maybe you can find the stone crabs. They'll help you.
Huh. Guess exposing your innards like that was a bad idea.
Besides, I don't think the film was even sure how to handle the whole Davy Jones's looking thing either. But then again, that was Pirates 3 for you. You barely knew how to handle anything.
You see, Eustace? You've got to do it, Eustace, or we'll all die.
But the smoke.
Place the sword. No! Also, yeah, still getting that Tilda Swinton as much as we can.
No, I'm trying to save my friends.
But Edmund, don't you see? I will always be a part of you. For some reason in these movies.
Either that, or yeah, since the salt was back under one roof, maybe she's secretly the what was the character's name in Doctor Strange again?
Which one?
Dormammu?
No, Tilda Swinton's.
Ah, the ancient
Oh,
one.
the ancient one.
Yeah. That one.
And now, the Seven Swords can do the big good.
And by that, it means make a big blue light.
It's a lightsaber.
Which was also distributed by Star
Oh
Wars
my
at this
god!
point.
He literally
Star Wars
beat
at this point still.
he literally beat the serpent the same way Harry did to the basilisk in Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. Oh my
Well,
god!
at least the poisonous tooth didn't get embedded in his skin this time. Yes, they did.
Serious? Did you have a single original idea in your...
This really is Suburban Commando.
But Suburban Commando was more fun because most of it felt actually intentional.
I mean, but what if it wasn't intentional?
Not to mention, the actors definitely were funnier in that movie.
Hulk Hogan was funny.
Well, yeah, actually, I did like some of the jokes in that movie involving him.
Thanatos! Who else would capture little children?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Hulk Hogan's an asshole, but I'm just trying to judge the performance itself.
I know. So, yes, oh, guys! Skybeam!
But this time, another joke bit. It's a good sky beam. Totally different. And look, the remaining lords are free from their curse. They'll probably, I don't know, try and eat that bagel the guy had from the table before he got frozen.
So, yeah, we did it. The bad guys defeated.
Yeah. I was frozen today.
And look, now even the lost people can come back, and the mother's back.
But there's 19 minutes left.
Girl, why did you just jump in the water, you idiots?
And then she was eaten by a shark.
Seriously, you
The
don't
end.
know what could be in there, and thank God you can swim, otherwise you would have drowned. But I guess their character arc is complete.
What character arc? She was there, but then she showed up for like one scene, and now she's back with her mom.
Dibs, we need you to feel endeared, otherwise that would mean we've wasted all this money on buying this IP from Disney.
This plot was completely pointless.
But doesn't it make you cry?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, hey, Eustace. And I saved the day! Okay, to give the movie credit, they at least did do Eustace's character arc enough justice. However, that's the thing about the water. The water is sweet, not salty. What could it mean?
These characters will get really bad tooth decay.
Nope, we've made it to Aslan's country.
Yeah.
What did he put in the ocean?
A country full of
Lilies.
Huh.
Those are literally lilies they're sailing on.
Is that supposed to symbolize purity or something? considering,
So,
you know.
yeah,
Basically, Shiroi, Aslan's country is essentially the
Yeah.
Garden of
It was
Eden.
it was a good pain, unlike in the book.
So does turning back into a
Wait,
human
wait.
automatic?
A good pain? That sounds masochistic. Eustace's character arc. Okay, again, his arc actually did happen, so kudos.
So does transforming back into a human magically heal your dragon wounds?
Yes.
Considering, you know.
Pedro,
Yeah.
Pedro. We've seen
It's
Beauty in the
magic.
Pedro. We've seen Beauty and the Beast. Of course, it heals your
Yeah,
wounds when you get
yeah,
turned back.
that's true. Yeah.
And like you said, this film seems to be. It's kind of like the Narnia franchise itself at this point, because everything that was done in the original Narnia books has been done since then in movies all the time. It feels like it's taking it from other movies.
Well, we made it.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Aslan.
Yeah. Now your journey is at an end because despite a movie studio change, this film didn't make enough bank still. So alas.
So his country lies beyond the waves.
Oh no! Wait, that wasn't the door. No, don't go through it. Sorry, wrong door.
Remember what he said. There's no coming back from it. I guess that was his arc in this movie. Realizing his
Well,
duties as king. Even though I'm pretty sure we already did that.
Again, it's like Michael App said. Maybe he fell asleep watching that part of the last movie.
Starting to feel like that scene in Pirates 2.
Maybe this was on the same beach where they filmed that bit in Pirates 3, where Davy Jones again he can't set foot on land, so he has to stand in a bucket.
But
That looks so
Reaper
dumb.
Cheap will go.
Well, how else would they have explained? How else would they have gotten that point across, Major?
That's just the thing, Dwebs. Like, if he can do something like that to come to land, then that means he could have managed to get various stuff to get to land various ways in specific.
It's not as simple, but that's a conversation better saved for that movie. For now, though, Reaper Cheap, again, who's been getting on in the ages, wants to go to Aslan's country. Yeah, can you guess what the country is yet?
England?
No. Besides, Liam Neeson's Scottish.
No, he's Irish.
Irish.
We're going to Wales because it's had dragons, of course.
I
Again,
was going to say Wales next.
like with Journey, it's an allegory for dying, essentially.
Oh wait, he gets to go into the. Well, I guess. What did Marcus and McFeely and the other writer run out of ideas for this guy?
Well, okay, to be fair, this is also a thing in the book, essentially. But essentially, it's a wonderful place of bliss, but again, it's one that you cannot come back. Which, yeah. Again, you probably get a good idea what that means. You are worth all the picarats.
You know, Simon Pegg in the Professor Layton movie, that could maybe work, but who'd he play?
Well, if they did Well, if there was a live action movie, I can see Simon Pegg playing Herschel actually.
Really? Thought Simon Pegg was more of the raunchy
I mean,
guy.
Well, he's going to play the straight man as well.
I mean, personally, when I think of both Ace Attorney and Leighton, I usually prefer if they're animated. But yeah, if it has to, then maybe I guess that then.
Yeah, it's the thing, Eustace. Everyone eventually has to reach their time.
We're going to say Tide. Yeah, well, again, yeah, it's like the writers even predicted, but we're not going to get another film after this one, so just wrap it up now.
Well, story-wise for Lucy and Edmund, this is their last time. However, Eustace will be able to come back another time in the silver chair, which technically...
Your world, I have another name.
That's
Another name.
Jesus. That's pretty much him cluing in... No, I'm not kidding. That's literally him cluing in that he is Jesus. He's not an allegory for Jesus. He is the big man himself.
So, what's going to be the Easter story equivalent for Aslan, then?
We already had that in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe when he literally died for Edmund's sins.
And then he comes back to life.
Yeah.
So when's he gonna go back up into the sky to reunite with his father?
I think that may be book 7.
Okay.
Like, no. This is the revelation that Aslan is literally Jesus himself. He just shows up in lion form when in Narnia. For some reason.
I would have loved to have seen Liam Neeson actually play the Earth version of Aslan.
Liam Neeson as Jesus. Think that would work, guys?
He's already too old by this point.
Well, I mean, we did like in the Ben-Hur remake. We had the actor who played Xerxes in 300 be Jesus.
Did that work out well?
What do you think?
There was actually a movie, a Jesus movie, that actually got a Portuguese actor to play Jesus.
I mean, to be fair, he did portray the niceness of Jesus very well in the brief time he was on screen. The problem was the rest of the film.
And now we can go back. Oh wait, no crap, we're drowning!
We're going to Kingdom Hearts, guys.
Yes.
So what is this? Is this? I wonder if No More afterwards said, "By the way, kids, don't drown yourselves in your house."
It's okay, dude.
It even ends with them calling people for tea or something.
And look
like
at
how
that.
Kingdom Hearts started.
They're somehow perfectly dry.
It's okay, dude. Fortunately, it's metaphorical, dreamy water. So.
Okay. And so the picture is back to normal.
Well, that happened.
Oh yeah, the war was still going on.
As for me, I'm going to have my own venture next time. Right?
Yeah, about that.
I mean, I'm so prepared to be in the silver chair after all.
Well, the studio that made this will be devoured by the people who will go on to make the next big budget movie you're going to be in.
Well, they'll totally make a sequel, right? They did not.
Just
No,
enjoy the books.
if you can.
Oh, yeah, the books are still available.
I gotta say, for something that was meant to lead into another film, this does feel conclusive at least.
Kudos, yeah. I mean, when it comes to, the main 4 that were introduced in the first film, yes, their journey is done.
Yeah, so at the very least, they do have an out for not making any more of these ones.
And hey, here's one thing that's...
Philly.
Yeah, they wrote the other
was it
two
this?
movies as well, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember
I
them from something else, Pedro?
Joe, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely wrote the Captain America trilogy and the Infinity duology.
So what the hell happened with them on the
And for the-
Narnia duo? I mean, sorry. On the
For the
Narnia
Dark World.
trilogy. Oh yeah, and for the Dark World.
Okay. To be fair, none of these movies are as bad as For the Dark World.
Okay,
Even the second one.
So one thing that is cool is that this is artwork from the books, made by the same artist, and yes, the woman behind this art did also work with Tolkien as well for his Hobbit and Lord of the Rings books. So yes, this is a nice homage to her, actually restoring the art and coloring it.
Pauline Diana Baines.
Yes.
She was born in 1922 and passed away in 2008.
So this was a nice dedication to her.
Until this winter, there's the White Witch for all of like 2 minutes.
Well, we still had to pay her, I guess.
I suppose. Can I go first?
Sure.
So yeah, in spite of my trepidation going into this movie, considering the director, I was actually pretty surprised by how fun this film was. I mean, it's got problems up the wazoo. Like, it can't decide what plot to stick with. When it does stick with one, it's either somewhat decently done or that completely pointless one with the girl trying to reunite with her mom. Seriously, she's in like 3 scenes.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Even when she was technically with them, they still could. It's like they forgot that she was there. So what was the point of it all in the end? But everything else was at least. But in terms of execution, I mean, yeah, it was a mess, but it was a fun mess at least. All the actors were pretty good, even the ones that were inexplicably, replacements for others. David Arnold's score was okay, I guess. And the effects are okay. Aside from how the dragon looked at first, the effects are actually, I think, the best ones in this trilogy.
Really? And yet this was the cheapest movie to make.
Just goes to show you, Jova. Sometimes you can have the biggest budget, but you're better off being constrained sometimes.
I guess.
Not all the time, but sometimes. Art from adversity, like Pedro has said. And overall, I mean, at least it felt climactic enough at the end, so that they could at least justify not making any more films after this if it didn't do that well, which it didn't. And yeah, the irony that Disney tried to rid themselves of Narnia by pushing it off and Fox getting it, only for 9 years later to end up back in their laps.
I guess I should ask the big...
This film anyway, not the rights to the Hulk thing, just this film.
I should ask the big question. Do you guys think that Fox were being too hard just writing the series off because it didn't sell like juggernaut numbers, even though it apparently was?
I mean, I'm gonna give them credit. Disney did the same thing. So.
Well, true, yeah, but again, okay, it extends to Disney. Like, do you guys think maybe Disney and Fox were being a little too hard on this film series for not, making oodles of money, and that maybe they should have tried to better it still?
Well, I mean, considering how iconic the series is in pop culture and stuff, I can imagine them being disappointed this film didn't do as well as they think it should have been. I think it should have been.
The reason these movies didn't do as well as they wanted is because the movies are just not that great. Even the first one, which is the best of the 3, even that one I felt was derivative, not exactly. I don't even remember much of it, to be honest with you.
That's why I do feel like the frustrating thing is, like, it never feels like they properly did give them a chance. Like, I'd argue the first one was good enough, but after that, they just blamed the later movies not doing well and the fact that they didn't sell well. Ignoring the fact that...
Normally I'd say get better people involved, but they got Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely writing this trilogy, so I have no idea what to say, to be honest.
To be fair, that duo have not been infallible. They have had their hiccups here and there, but
No, they're not. But they're good writers. It's just that it's I have
Maybe their strength isn't writing giant fantasy epics.
Maybe.
The Infinity War. You can kind of consider any Marvel movie kind of a movie in that mold.
I mean, that also involves a lot more sci-fi and stuff.
True, yeah, I mean, like, well, they're definitely more superhero genres opposed to fantasy stuff. The closest one to fantasy, I'd argue, was for the Dark World, and we all know how that went.
And that was crap.
My point exactly.
What do you think, Shiroi?
This was, I don't know, like,
I mean,
didn't really like any of this, to be honest.
So would you say that would you put this on the list of the other movies that I've been mentioning over the course of this?
It's okay. It's by far one of the, least offensive ones from what you've listed, but yeah, it's another, like, bad mark on 2010, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's just very...
bad.
No, like I said, compared to the other movies Pedro mentioned, this is, miles better, but, the bar was 6 feet underground.
The bar was significantly lowered by at this point.
Yeah, because, like, this came out in December, like, right? December?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much it
December,
was
yeah.
an end-of-the-line 2010 sort of film, and, well, by God, it had stuff like Last Airbender and Twilight to go up against, so... No, it would take concentrated effort to be worse than the worst of 2010.
I was at least a little more engaged in the Prince Caspian movie, even if I didn't really enjoy it. But this is just there. It's pretty generic fantasy. And I will say, I do agree it's nice that it did end, conclusively, even though, we all know that this is a series. So it's like people didn't have to, like, wait desperately for a sequel they were never getting.
It sounds like you guys got more entertainment out of me reading the old dialogue from them books than the movie itself.
Yeah.
I mean, I at least enjoyed the first movie, but, like, nah, this is just...
Alas.
Yeah.
Pedro.
That was a movie, I guess. This movie goes by way too fast. I have no idea what I should care about and why, because the movie never for one moment stops to actually flesh out anything, and as a result, it's just a movie that just comes and goes, and it doesn't matter because it doesn't mean anything. So, yay! I mean, the special effects are good, and the actors are trying despite being given nothing to work with. So there's that, but yeah, it's just not, again, it's this trilogy overall is just something that happened, and yeah, I can definitely understand why it kind of went away. And yeah, the books are better apparently, that's fine, but yeah, the movies themselves, yeah, no, they're just mediocre at best. That's about it.
That leaves me then. Man, as someone who read the books, look, that wacky ending aside, I do still feel like there is a market to be had with the Narnia movies, and for them to be done justice. And you know what? I feel like the first Narnia movie, by that I mean the one released in 2000s, because technically there are older versions of these movies, which I think did make it all the way to 7, but whatever, they're old-timey flicks. If we check those out, it'll be later down the line. We're talking about the modern trilogy. The first movie, yeah, I still hold it was good. Not the most amazing thing, but good. Prince Caspian, okay, it may vary, but at least I could say there were good enough moments to justify going to see that movie. This, at least they gave us a good cap off. Like, I'm gonna agree with what pretty much everyone else has said. At least this movie managed to cap things off good, because holy cow, it doesn't have much else going for it. Now, you could make fun of it for how god-awfully fast the pacing is, because seriously, holy crap. Also, sadly, if you think the Blue Star was supposed to have more of a character arc, Well, she was originally in the book, but they just cut it down to, oh, Prince Caspian has the hots for her, and then she literally shoots up back into the sky, like, I have to go now, my planet needs me. And
Yeah, and then she died on the way back to her own planet.
And that's just the thing about this movie, like, I get it, Prince Caspian dragged a bit, but doing the exact opposite does not success automatically make. 'Cause holy cow, this thing is on such speed. I can give them credit for trying to tie the islands together better with a plot, but all the same, making the Green Mist the main bad guy was just... Guys, did we not learn from Rise of the Silver Surfer that clouds are not intimidating? I think the only time that's worked is with the Nothing in the Neverending Story.
What was with Fox and their cloud kick at this point?
Pedro, any ideas?
Uh,
Because they did it here and in Fantastic
yeah,
Four,
I
Rise
guess-
of the Silver Surfer.
I guess it's a resurgence of that trend in the mid-90s, where by the time we got to the mid-90s, we were there were a lot of movies that were also about natural disasters, like volcanoes, tornadoes, and shit like that. So maybe this was so I guess late 2000s Fox was kind of a resurgence of that trend. That's the best I can think.
Like I said, my fear is that they're trying to capture the Nothing craze, like the Nothing from the Neverending Story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this movie tried, but it tried in a lot of the wrong ways. Seriously, you dissed Eddie Izzard to get Simon Pegg, and don't get me wrong, Simon Pegg is great, but the reason was to get somebody who sounded older. So you got someone who was 8 years younger than Eddie Izzard. Just, what the hell? And the whole accent change with Caspian is weird, too. Eustace's character arc was, I'm gonna say it, fine enough. And it is a nice enough setup for his future role as the protagonist of a Silver Chair movie. Oops. I guess they tried their best with Lucy and Edmund. Didn't work out the best, but again, at least I can say that they tied stuff on with a nice enough bow. I don't get the feeling that that was intentional, but whatever. Congrats, you didn't turn out as bad as you could have, especially given how you were a 2010 film, Voyage of a Dawn Treader. Congrats. Be happy. Splash champagne on yourself and all that stuff.
Yeah, have one clap.
Oh boy, so that was the Chronicles of Narnia Modern Trilogy. It was... I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of sad how it had promise, but just nobody seemed to realize that potential, and it just kind of petered out. Again, its greatest accomplishment is that, hey, it managed to be an arguably decent 2010 film, which, given a lot of 2010 films, as Pedro listed, is, well, make of that what you will.
It's okay, Joe, but 2011 fortunately made up for 2010.
Oh, yes. Yes, it did.
Cast to a side, but let's ignore that.
Yeah, cars to a side. Yes.
Hey, look on the bright side. If we ever have a week of movie picks that has to be based off of 2010, and they have to be bad films, we've got a treasure trove.
Yeah, we got a lot to choose from. Alright, so join us next time when well, I don't know, we'll just disappear like half the side plots in this film did.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.